A photo released by Kensington Palace, which appeared to show the Princess of Wales hugging her children, has caused an uproar in Britain after the Princess has admitted that she in fact altered it. The altered photo raised concerns about her health and well-being at a time when British people have not seen Princess Catherine since December. So the image appears to show Catherine with her arms around her 3 children on Mother's Day, but if you look very carefully you can see that some of the details of the image appear cropped and some of the lines on the children's clothing don't quite match up, which raise questions about the photo's authenticity. Agencies including Reuters and AP released statements saying that actually they had very strict guidelines to ensure the authenticity of photos and that this image that Kensington Palace released did not meet those guidelines and so therefore had to be retracted. For 24 hours the palace said nothing, which only further inflamed the rumours around this until early on Monday when Princess Catherine herself came out online and said, actually, I did digitally alter this photo and I'm sorry for any of the confusion this caused. It's well known that Princess Catherine is an amateur photographer and she takes a lot of photos of her own family. What appears to have happened here, according to the palace at least, is that her husband Prince William took the photo, which Kate then went over and tried to enhance using some sort of photo editing tool. It's well known that the palace does enhance some of its images which it releases to the press, but it's quite rare for press agencies to then retract those photos because they are so altered that they don't appear real. So that is very unusual and that really did raise a lot of eyebrows. This comes after Charles was diagnosed with cancer, which came around the same time that Catherine herself had her abdominal surgery in early January. So the royal family really is quite thin on the ground at the moment. There's some real key questions about who in the family is still fit and healthy, who's going to be representing the family going forward. Around Charles, the palace has been fairly open. They've said that he has cancer. They won't say what type of cancer or when we can expect to see him back doing royal duties in person. However, he has been filmed greeting the British Prime Minister, he is making video addresses and does seem to still be talking to world leaders. Catherine, however, it's more of a black box. We just don't know what she was operated for. We know it was an abdominal surgery, we know it was non-cancerous, but beyond that no one knows. The palace has simply said that she will be back after Easter at some undisclosed point in time, but apart from that everyone's been kept in the dark, and as a result, in that information vacuum, conspiracy theories have come to rest, and they've only been fueled by the kind of mess-ups that we've seen with this doctored image. The palace has historically been very guarded about talking about the royal family's health. They only tend to update the press when there is a major announcement, if something is very bad or very good, and that's what they've done really in this case. And in Catherine's case, they have really said they will only provide updates if there is significant news to share. And this does, fit a long-running trend here, that they believe that these people have a right to privacy, they're individuals, they have family, and the wider public does not need to get regular updates as to every time they have an ailment. However, it does cause a problem because at the end of the day, this is a partly taxpayer-funded monarchy and they have constitutional roles. The king has constitutional roles he has to uphold. So they really have to walk this very fine line between protecting the privacy of the individuals while also making sure the wider public are kept up to speed as to how healthy these people are. It does speak to a wider problem, which is, as the late Queen Elizabeth II used to say, the British monarchy has to be seen to be believed. And at the moment, the British public don't believe what they're seeing. And that creates a real issue here because the basis of the royal family is it has to be seen to serve. And does service include keeping up to date on their health and their well-being? Maybe it does. And I think there's going to be a real challenge for the palace going forward as they try and navigate these two health crises in both Princess Catherine and the King, and how they keep the British public up to speed to this. And I think in an age of social media, the old ways of just keeping quiet and getting on with it and ignoring the frenzied speculation won't necessarily hold water.